Hodgwtins podcast. Yeah. Right. Hey, you know what? You was invited to Mar-a-Lago, right?
I was.
You got there, and then they told you to go away.
Yeah. They told me that I was banned from the property after I'd been invited for a dinner a month prior because of my criticisms of the war and of Israel.
Wow. That's nuts.
I thought we had a First Amendment right to criticize the government. And look, Mar-a-Lago is private property. They can deny me all they want. I went to Taco Bell afterward. Got a Crunchwrap Supreme, a little Baja.
Yeah.
It was fine. No one banned me for saying that no American should die for Israel there, so that's fine.
Oh, that's not America first.
It's not America first.
Yeah. Israel's interests over their own.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this is the issue. You know, everyone's going to say they're America first. I think what we honestly ought to do is create a 5-point test.
Right. Yeah.
So first thing, have you taken money from AIPAC? If it's yes, you cannot be America first.
You cannot be.
You can't. How are you going to say you're America first, but you're taking money from any other foreign country, least of all that foreign country that just got us into this war and killed 13 of our service members? How can you say that you're America first? How can you go to your client, you're a defense attorney, and say, hey, I know I'm representing you, but I'm also going to be working with the prosecution. And don't worry about it. There's no conflict of interest. You're paying me. They're paying me. America's paying me. Israel's paying me. But I'm really America first. And so I think the real litmus test, if there's one test, it is, are you taking money from AIPAC or any other foreign lobbying organization? If the answer is yes, you're America last. If the answer is no, you're America first. And we can have a conversation about supporting
And
it.
that's the test Trump is using. That's why he says Marjorie Greene is not America first or MAGA. Thomas Massey. Anybody that doesn't take money from AIPAC, they're anti-Semitic and they're not America first. That's in Trump's eyes. Yeah. A man who got how much money from AIPAC? And
$220 million.
That's nuts.
From Mary Matelson, who, by the way, you know, there's this anti-Semitic trope. They say that if you accuse someone of having dual loyalty, a loyalty to America and a loyalty to Israel, people like Miriam Adelson and Randy Fine, they don't have dual loyalty. They have a singular loyalty, not to America, but to the state of Israel, to Benjamin Netanyahu's government. And this is not me saying it. Trump himself, when he was at the Knesset, looked at Miriam Adelson in the audience and said, I think you love Israel more than America.
And he was smiling and laughing when he said it.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Randy Fine has said some disgusting things.
He's a disgusting human being.
Yeah.
He's a bad, bad dude.
Yeah. The way he, I forget, but I can't remember, but it was disgusting. I said, I can't believe this guy tweeted this, and I can't believe nobody called him out. I mean, some people on the left did, but.
Well, when there were, the people in Gaza, the young kids, they're not Hamas.
Right.
They're not Hamas. They're 9-year-olds. And when there was photos of them starving, he commented on one of those photos and said, starve away.
Right.
He suggested that Israel drop a tactical nuclear weapon on Gaza to finish them. And then he suggested that Muslims were dogs, were worse than dogs.
Right.
And so, no one likes Sharia law. By the way, the people who would like Sharia law the least are actually the Muslims who have to live under that oppressive regime. The Muslims who live under Sharia law in Afghanistan are the least happy about it.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, when someone like Randy Fine is called a conservative and we are called traitors, that's a real problem.
Yeah, it shows that this country is occupied. Yeah,
it is. I mean, Pat Buchanan said it in the 90s that U.S. Congress is Israeli-occupied territory. AIPAC donates to Republicans or Democrats, whether you're pro-life or pro-choice.
Right.
Only thing that AIPAC cares about is whether you are pro-Israel.
They essentially are buying your support.
That's it. They're buying your support. That's called bribery.
Right.
If you were to come to me, and you're going to be at the inauguration, guys, don't worry. We're going to have you right up front between Sophie Rain and Nick Fuentes. And if you were to come to me and say, hey, I'm representing Albania, I'm representing Azerbaijan, I'm representing, Sweden, I like IKEA, so Sweden, and they're going to give you $100,000 and you need to go meet with them, you would be criminally charged with bribery, and rightly so. So why is AIPAC allowed to meet with politicians off the record and give them money in exchange for voting yes on giving Israel more money and more weapons? That's our money.
Right. Yeah.
Trump?
There's a clip.
Yeah. Israel's eternal capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Jerusalem became the capital. I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. You know, Miriam and Sheldon would come into the White House probably almost more than anybody outside of people that work there. And they were always after, and as soon as I'd give them something, always for Israel. As soon as I'd give them something, they'd want something else. I said, give me a couple of weeks, will you please? But I gave them the Golan Heights, and they never even asked for it. You know, for 72 years, they've been trying to do the Golan Heights, right? And even Sheldon didn't have the nerve. But I said, you know what? I said to David Friedman, give me a quick lesson, like 5 minutes or less on the Golan Heights. And he did. And I said, let's do it. We got it done in about 15 minutes, right?
Now, he started this board of peace. He's on the board. Kushner's on the board. I was like, y'all on the board of peace?
Netanyahu's on the board.
Netanyahu's on the board of peace.
AI Netanyahu.
Yeah, the board of peace right after the creation of the Department of War.
Yeah, right.
I actually thought calling it the Department of War was cool. It used to be called that when my grandfather was in World War II, and so it was cool. But man, what a bad omen for the war to be called the Department of War. I think we all agree. We need peace through strength. If someone's about to bomb us, we can blow them to smithereens. If someone's selling drugs and getting young kids addicted to fentanyl like Maduro was, go in there, capture them, bring them to justice. You bomb us, you fly planes into our towers, yeah, we're going to show up and shoot the place up.
Right.
But just because a country hates us, doesn't like us, has been a threat in the past. What happened in 1983, what Iran did via Hezbollah to the U.S. in Beirut is despicable, was despicable. The time to avenge was back then, not now. And that's one of the excuses now is that, oh, Iran's been a threat for 50 years. The real test is, were they an imminent threat or not?
Yeah. That's what it boils down to. I think our approach now, given all these wars that, you know, nobody wins these wars, we should have a more strategic approach. I mean, if we allies with Israel, I mean, what I'm trying to say is we shouldn't pick favorites. Yeah. And the problem that the United States have is we're picking a favorite. We choosing countries to be supposedly our ally, and it's backfiring on us. And it's supposedly allies more of a conflict of interest for us at this point. Why can't we take a more strategic approach?
Yeah, work
be
with
cool
all countries.
with all countries. Yeah.
That's what George Washington said. It was very radical. There's no such thing as a permanent ally, but a permanent interest.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We have interests in the world. We want global trade. We want oil to flow freely. We want our borders to be protected. We don't want drugs coming into the United States of America. We don't want Trinidad going to Colorado or Miami and taking over. And so those are permanent interests. How we accomplish them will depend on the allies of the moment. And honestly, right here, right now, Israel is no ally of the United States.
Right. Yeah.
Tell it to the boomers, the Republican boomers. Like talking to
Don't call them boomers. They're gooning. The Republican gooners. Well, thank you for coming by today. It's been an honor for you to step
it's
into
an
our
honor.
studio and come see us. But where can everybody find you and support you?
They can go to fishback2026.com. I'd be honored if they supported our campaign, because what we are doing is we're doing something for Florida, the third largest state, but your viewers will know that what Ron DeSantis did in Florida in 2020 during the COVID nightmare, during the COVID scam, saved the entire country. He was the only governor in America who stood up and said, no, we're not doing the Fauci game. We're not doing the shutting down, the closing the schools, the mandates, any of that. That literally saved the country, because Democrats in other states, in California, in Michigan, said, wait, look at Florida. Florida's open. No one's dying. There's no disease down there.
Right.
And so what are you guys doing? And so Florida really is ground zero for the future of the conservative movement. And so even if you aren't from Florida, but you want to see an America First vision take the next chapter of our state, I'd be honored to have their support at Florida at fishback2026.com.
Yeah, America First. Yeah.